Okay, so in this video I'm going to show you how to put all the pieces together for the Eons and Legacy organizer. I'm assuming that you have all of the pieces punched out. From any of the ones that say organizer insert have pieces for this stuff, and you can identify them as we go through. I've gone ahead and laid these out on the various sides of the box where we're going to need them. Right here. And we're going to go ahead and start putting this in. I'm going to put this one in one end. And just if you're trying to follow along with exactly how I'm doing it, I'm doing the holes towards the left-hand side here, or left hand on from where I'm looking. You know, you can put it all together in a mirror image and it will all work, but it might be hard to figure that out while you're watching this video. Okay, so I've got this one with the divider fingers here, and I've got the one with the two roundish cutouts here. So now we've got these long sides, and I've had to cut them into two pieces just because shipping gets ridiculous when you get above a certain size and you're sending stuff out to California. So I've split these up into two, but here's what we do. So I'm going to take these two pieces. I'm going to mate the fingers in here and here, and then I'm going to sort of hinge these in together and get it lined up so that it will kind of, you know, fit in there. All right. Similarly, I'm going to take this, match those fingers right in there. Take this, put those fingers right into that piece, and then again, go ahead and get this kind of matched up. Oh, you need to make sure that these things are actually all the way against the sides, otherwise it's going to be really difficult. All right, here we are. So I'm going to come in here, and it should be a relatively snug fit on both of these, even before you get the cross pieces put in. All right, so you'll notice that with these, it has a big finger here, a small one, and a nearly minuscule one down here. And that's because the top of the box flexes more, and the bottom of the box flexes hardly at all. So I found that when I had full-size fingers here, it was really difficult to get these in. So I'm going to put this, slot it into those right there, and then bring this over. You might need to sort of pull this out a little bit as you do, and put it in here. Now, if you want, you can put just a dab of glue right in there, and a dab of glue right in there, and then just hold this together for a little bit so that it, you know, is going to be a little more secure. As it is, this seems to be fine for me from what I've seen, even though that looks like it's a little loose there. But if you want to, you can put that little dab of glue in those two places, bring this in, and that should hold those together more firmly. All right, so now I've got this one here, and you'll notice this is where a row of cards is going to be. We're going to have another row that can take cards right here, but there's going to be more cards that can be here, and I want to be able to reach them. So that's why we have these little bitty fingers along here. So this is going to work the exact same way as this one did. So I'm going to bring this in here. And now this, there we are. This is going to really hold these two-part pieces in place. And again, you could do the same thing with a little dot of glue right there below this first finger, right down here, if you wanted to. As I said, I've found it's not necessary, but it might make you feel better. Okay, now I'm going to take this piece. So this piece right here, we've got a tall end and then a little stubby round one. We want the tall one to go here into this side piece. Then I'm going to take this, I want the two fingers over towards the outside of the box and the one rounded finger and the round edge towards the inside of the box. So what I'm going to do I'm going to come down here. Let's see if we can see this better. All right, so I'm going to take these teeth. I'm going to put this in here like that. Then I'm going to flex this just a bit so I can squeeze this in here and get that finger in. And this went in very easily this time. Sometimes you might need to play around with this to get these teeth to come in as this one's coming in. So this is your general box insert. So then we have various pieces that go in there. Here is my whole stack of all the cards, starting with 1A. We've got them all in here in order. You'll see these are still sealed at the moment. If you take your cards out and sleeve them, there will still be plenty of room to fit all of your cards in here. I'll show you, here's a little card divider that you can put in here just to hold things securely. Then here are your two very final decks, which actually I had to unpaste from the bottom down here. All right, this goes in there. And then here are your divider cards. I'm just putting those right there. So those are all your cards. You still have this row of cards and this row of cards to be able to fit things in there. For the short term, in this row, we're going to keep these boxes. So I'm going to put A, B, and then underneath there C and D. And you can just leave these loose in here if you want. There's not going to be too much of an issue. But if you want to, you can also come in here and put in one of these little foam blocks to keep things from moving around much. And you can even fit a second one right over here with a little bit of effort. And that will hold things really nice and still. All right. I then have this little caddy for the life counters and the breaches. And you put those in there. You snap, well, it doesn't really snap, but you sort of fit that snugly in its tabs. Then you just drop this down here. It's going to keep it from going anywhere. It's going to mostly keep the lid on it. All right. Next, we've got the Mage mats and Nemesis mats here. So if I take this off, you'll see that these just sit in here like that. We've got these little tab and tabs and holes there. So I'm going to bring this down and let's see. Make sure to get this one. There we are. Okay. So now that should be pretty secure. In order to get this out, the trick is to grab it by one of these corners here and kind of bend and lift it up from there. And then you can kind of tweak it a little bit like that and it comes right out. So let me go put that back where it was. Right. And then make sure we're lined up. There we are. So that then goes on the bottom of this piece right here. Then we've got our two angle multi-bins. This one has all of the tokens that we've got firsthand here. We're going to probably have more coming out of these. So in addition to this, we've got another one here that at the moment is completely empty. Oh, and these little dividers in here, you can put them in like that and move them around however you want to organize things the way you want to. I usually like to give people options and don't tell them exactly where to put things. That way, if you have custom components or something like that, you can rearrange things. And these come out of here like this because of little cutouts that are down here. It allows us to tilt this up and bring it out like that. All right. Then we've got our chapter envelopes that are right here. There we are, 1 through 8. Do not open until instructed. So I've got this box here for that, and this goes in there, and this fits on the top. Now, you'll see this has these little grooves here and these little holes here. That is because when you're done with those chapter envelopes, I want you to be able to do something with this. So there are some long dividers that are included on the wood pieces that you've gotten that allow you to use this as a subdivided box, either for Aeon's End or for any other game that you want when you're done with the campaign. So at this point, if I were to put the lid on now, it would fit just perfectly. However, we do have these insight mats right here. The rules don't take up much room, so they would also fit in just fine. But these insight mats do add about maybe 10 millimeters of lift. And so you just put that there, and then you put the lid on over here. So, all right. And then, because of the insight pieces, we've got this little maybe 10 millimeter gap down here for the moment. But there we go, all put together. Hopefully this will make things more organized and play easier for you. Enjoy!